What's up guys, Pitou here, coming back from my little unintended break. So I was editing my Kurapika video and all the audio files got deleted and I didn't want to re-record everything, so I just scrapped the whole thing and said fuck it. But as you can tell by the title and thumbnail, I'll be doing an Ultimate Hunter x Hunter speed scaling. So without further ado, let's get into this. So I'm going to get right into the scaling. First I'll be going over a few speed calcs I've made for early Hunter x Hunter. So the first feat I have calced is Killua blitzing all of the Amori brothers before their eyes could process. So I've calced this feat to be just over 1,000 meters per second or Mach 3.9. Kurapika is able to block many bullets with dowsing chain. I've calced this feat to be anywhere from Mach 1 to 2. Uvagan was able to block a bullet from point blank range. I've calced this feat at Mach 9. These are very early Hunter x Hunter feats, and the fact that we already have some hypersonic scaling is pretty cool, but that's far from the fastest we can get these hunters. Now it's time for the real scaling. Gon was able to kick the bomber in the same time he uses his explosion. Gon uses the explosion to mask and hide his kick. This would mean that his kick happened in the same time frame as an explosion. For this, I have calced Gon's leg to be moving at Mach 394. This is massively hypersonic. And if you want to look at the calc more in depth, I'll throw it up on the screen. I'll also put my Instagram in the description so you can go look at the post I already made on this and check it out for yourself. But basically, Gon would be massively hypersonic at the end of Greed Island. So Gon moving at Mach 394 would mean that his reaction speed would have to be 19 microseconds. If it weren't 19 microseconds, then he would literally not be able to aim his kicks and wouldn't be able to process his own movements. So yeah, his reaction speed would be 19 microseconds. There are not many notable speed feats that occur from this point on, so now we can look at Pitou attacking Kite. The first thing we need to establish is the distance from Pitou to Kite. So we know for a fact that Pitou's end was stated to have a range of 2 kilometers. We also know that Kite just entered the edge of her end due to the fact that he feels Pitou's monstrous aura as they reach the end of the cliff they are on, implying that they just entered the range of her end. We know that it's the edge since Kite didn't speak or feel of the end until the edge of the cliff, so this would make the distance 2 kilometers. Now that we have the distance, to get the speed in which he traveled at, we need the time frame. As established earlier, Gon's reaction speed is 19 microseconds. This matters since Pitou was able to travel this distance before the eyes of Gon and Killua could process. This would make the time frame 19 microseconds, since as I said prior, she traveled this distance before Gon's eyes could process. So now that we have the time frame and the distance, we can do the simple speed equals distance divided by time to get the speed. Once we do that, we get just over Mach 300,000, which is around 35% the speed of light, which is relativistic in the speed tiers. Now that is a very casual Pitou, just testing out their newfound strength. Pitou during the palace invasion was stated to use 2 times the amount of force she did to attack Kite, meaning her speed while being more serious is 2 times faster than the feat we just calced, since speed equals force times mass, and if you add more force by 2 times, the speed would as well. This would make Pitou just over Mach 600,000 or 70% the speed of light. Now this would of course apply to Meruem, who is the king of all Chimerians and is above all of them in every single way. So now we can look at this feat of Netero slapping Meruem away from his face, who's quite literally centimeters away. The time frame Netero would have to move his arm at is 0.4 nanoseconds. I've calculated the distance he would have to move his arm to be 270 centimeters. This distance is the length of his arm and the length of his Guanyin arm added together, since Netero has to move his arm before his statue moves. For Netero to move 270 centimeters in 0.4 nanoseconds, he would have to be moving just over 6 billion meters per second, which is 22 times faster than the speed of light. Okay, hey, just wait. I know exactly what the fuck you're thinking. But Netero instead to punch faster than sound. Well, let me tell you something. This is just a little meme in the scaling community, but some people actually fully believe Hunter x Hunter maxes out at Mach 1, which is simply contradicted by many feats we see throughout the series. There are characters dodging bullets, low difficulty, killua throwing around lightning, and sound is the peak of Hunter x Hunter? No guys, let me explain this. So, I'll do a little example, and let's say that Prime Netero is Mach 1. That would make Old Man Netero subsonic, clocking in at half the speed of sound, which is Mach 0.5. Let's use our boy Killua for example. Killua was able to blitz that Hunter exam prisoner before his eyes could process. He was also able to blitz the Mori brothers faster than their eyes could process. Without using any pixel calcs or scaling of that sort, we can bare minimum put these feats at 34.3 meters per second, which is the baseline for faster than eyesight feats. You want to know what Mach this is? It's Mach 0.1. Do you see the issue with this? You see where this kind of goes retarded? No Nen Killua only being 4 decimal points slower than the pinnacle of all human hunters? I don't really think that adds up. The only way this statement would still make sense and hold the same impact Togashi wanted it to have is to say that it is Netero in base whilst he's not using any Nen. After hashing that funny business out, we can get right back into this. Netero in his old age, as I said, was 22 times faster than the speed of light. Now, Netero stated verbatim that he lost half of his power that he had in his prime. Now, this is implied that it's his overall stats due to the fact that he is talking about aging. As we all know, aging just makes you weaker in all ways. Slower, weaker, you can't hit as hard, just weaker. So Netero's statement of him saying that he is half the power that he is in his prime would apply to his speed, most likely as well. Now we can move on to his prime stats. Since it was stated that he is 2 times weaker in his old age, we can infer that in his prime state he should be around 44 times the speed of light. And now that's all we can really do for Netero, so let's move on to Meruem. Meruem was able to cover the speed gap between him and Netero and find a way to counter his 100 type Guanyin. Looking at this, we could say that Meruem at the end of the fight is at least relative to Netero in speed. Netero would be 22 times faster than light while using his 100 type Guanyin. If you don't think Meruem is relative in speed to Netero, that's fine. We can just scale him to Pitou, who is 70% the speed of light. All of this would apply to pre-Rose Bomb Meruem, the one that is not yet amped by his royal ants. Now, Shiapoof directly states that post-Rose Meruem is around 3 to 4 times faster than his pre-Rose state. So for the low end we will be using Pitou speed, and for the high end we will be using Netero speed. The low end would come out to just over 1 million Mach, closer to 2 million Mach actually, or 2.1 C. The high end would come out to 66 C. So no matter what speed you use or how you put it, Meruem post-Rose will come out to FTL+. So, to go over the few scalings that we have so far, base Gon during Greed Island is massively hypersonic, clocking in at Mach 394. We got Pitou to relativistic plus, with 35% to 70% the speed of light. We got Netero to 22 times faster than light to 44 times faster than light. Finally, and certainly not least, Meruem, the king of all Chimera ants. We got Meruem to relativistic all the way up to FTL+, clocking in at 70% the speed of light, all the way to 66 times faster than the speed of light. And that's that, my niggas. I hope you all enjoyed this little video, and I hope you had a fun ride. I just thought I'd show y'all how you get relativistic in FTL Hunter x Hunter. I pretty much made this video because I feel like I've peaked with Hunter x Hunter speed scaling, unless the Dark Continent states that, oh, the Dark Continent exists outside of the flow of time. I just don't see Hunter x Hunter getting any speed upgrades anytime soon, but just be sure to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. We better be going hard with some Hunter x Hunter videos, and both on my Instagram and YouTube. I'm just going to be making so much Hunter x Hunter content. But yeah, sorry for that little break I had. I was down bad after all my recordings got deleted from my Kurapika video. So yeah, but we all good now. We up good. Doesn't matter. We're gonna hit the fucking grind. We're gonna be grinded. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you for giving me the time out of your day to watch this video. And of course, stay winning. That's Six Pass Pitou, signing out.